So I'm sure you guys have seen by now that I love a blonde moment. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I got the perfect black girl blonde. The wig itself comes from Wow Angel, and here I am just doing the unboxing. So the wig comes with a HD wig cap, an edge brush, a double-sided melting band, a bubble, some lashes, and the unit itself. I like my wigs to have a lot of volume and to be very thick with good parting space. So this unit is a 13x6 full frontal with 250 density, HD lace, and she's 32 inches long. To tone the wig, we're gonna start by adding the T10 and T11 Weller toners. Then we're gonna use those same bottles and pour in the developer. It just makes it easier to measure. And we're gonna do that 4 times. Then you're gonna give it a good mix, and when it looks more so like this color, you're gonna add your first 2 rounds of hot water. If you do have face masks in the house, I would recommend you wear it because the smell when you're doing this is really strong. I didn't think that far ahead, so I just opened all the windows of my house, but the smell was still like so strong to the point like I was coughing. So if you do have face masks, I would recommend wearing them. Then I just got some gloves. I removed the strap from the back of the wig and put it under water, making sure that all the strands were completely covered. Once I realized that I didn't have enough water for that, I just added some more in. I used a full kettle of water again, and then I left it for 30 minutes. I put the lid on because the fumes were really strong. So I wanted to tone the wig a little bit more, so I washed the Weller toner out with some purple shampoo. I left the wig in the water for about 2 minutes, pulling it in and out just to have a look at it and see if there was any brassiness still on it. I still wasn't happy with it, so I left it for another 5 minutes. I didn't feel like the purple shampoo was taking too much to the wig as it usually does, so I just wanted to rub it in directly into the strands. I kind of panicked a little bit because some of the strands were going grey, so I just made sure that I had really rubbed the purple shampoo like evenly just to kind of like avoid this, because I was kind of panicking that I had messed up my wig, but by doing that I managed to fix it. Once I rinsed out the purple shampoo, you can see on the wig it looks quite patchy with purple. Some places weren't distributed as evenly as others. So I just went in with the Pantene Grow Strong shampoo to wash out the rest of the purple. The shampoo strengthens hair because it has biotin, which helps reduce breakage. After that, I added the bamboo silicone mix. The bamboo extract regenerates and nourishes the hair, while the silicone makes it smooth and adds shine. It also prevents hair breakage and split ends. And like I said in my other video, if I'm good to my bundles will be good to me. I left the mix in for about 45 minutes, and just look at that color. Like, do I need to say anything else? It's giving the ashy honey blonde color that I wanted, so I was so happy with that. One thing I did notice about the hair is that it is so soft. Like, I had the comb ready, but I didn't have to use it once. Like, I could literally just pass my fingers through the hair and it was so soft. Like, at this point I was getting so excited to put the wig on my head. The wig is washed, it's been towel dried, but you see these blonde knots? This is what we don't want. We want the wig to give scalp, so we're gonna have to tone these too. I think the first time I went blonde was about 3 years ago. And ever since I found that video, I have never had a blonde wig and not toned my knots. It was kind of like a game changer for me. So all you're gonna need is some conditioner and then the Creative Image semi-permanent dyes in the colors sienna brown and honey brown. You're gonna mix these together until you get like a nice chocolatey color. I am gonna link the video I used originally so you guys can see the exact color you want, because something to do with the lighting I was using was making it look more green, but you want it to be like a brown color. So if you do use this toning, make sure you check out that video. Before toning the knots, we're just going to use some hairspray just to get any extra strands out of the way and just to make sure we're not dyeing hair that we shouldn't be. And then just apply the toner starting from the back of the lace, making your way forwards to the front. You don't want to start at the front because the dye will start to get darker the longer you leave it, so working from the back is better just to make sure that your lace looks as good as possible. When doing this, you don't want to press too hard as the toner will bleed through. You want to do it lightly enough so that it will dye the knots but not go through to the other side. Once you've done the full lace front, you're going to leave it in for 15 minutes, wash it out, and it should look something like this. And here she is, all blow dried and lightly straightened. I was so happy with the way it came out. It looks so shiny, glossy, and like, look at the length. Like, I really couldn't wait to put this on my head. To install, you want to start with your hair in cornrows, and yes, we are going to oil our scalps. Even though we're wearing wigs, we still have to take care of our natural hair, okay? So I'm going in with some argan oil that I had from a leftover box dye that I used, and just going through my scalp and make sure that it's well hydrated. We want to protect our edges, of course, so we're going to do the bald cap method. I start by hairspraying my hairline and my edges and brushing them back down, pressing firmly and drying with a hairdryer just to make sure that everything is flat. Then I'm going to put on my wig cap and then just try and stretch it as much as possible just so that it's nice and flat. When cutting out the ear holes, you want to cut a small hole towards the back of your ear and kind of like stretch it out. Fit your ear through and just adjust and cut as much space as you need so it's comfortable. Once you've done that on both sides, you're going to get either a cream bronzer or foundation that matches your skin tone and blend it into your hairline. Then you're going to grab the hairspray and spray that along your hairline as well to glue the wig cap on, pressing down again to make sure everything is flat. I think I matched my bronzer to my skin a little too well, that I kind of over sprayed my hairline and brought it forward, so I just had to lift the wig cap and pull it back, and just make sure that you're not over spraying your hairline when you do this. So then you're just gonna cut off the excess wig cap. You usually are supposed to do this with a razor, but I forgot because the scissors was the closest thing to me. But you just want to pull and cut as you go. Now I'm just going to go in with some 70% rubbing alcohol to get rid of any excess hairspray and just clean up my hairline just to get rid of any glue. To finish the bald cap, I just tie off the back of any excess just so that it's in a knot, so it's not in the way and it's not showing when I'm wearing the wig. I just went in again with the rubbing alcohol just to make sure I definitely got rid of all the hairspray and makeup that was on my forehead. I have sensitive skin, so by doing this step it does reduce the amount of irritation I get from the wig glue. For the install, we're going to use the Stay Stuck product, starting with the skin protector. Then you're going to use the same cream bronzer or foundation that you put on your wig cap on the inside of the wig, and you're going to cover the full lace. Then you're going to adjust the wig, making sure you have it centered before clipping back the hair out of your face. I added some more cream bronzer because when the hairspray dried, it made the wig cap a little lighter, so I just wanted to fix that. Before applying the glue, I like to cut the lace into 3 sections just to make it easier to move around when pulling it forward and laying it into the glue. Then you're going to apply the glue along the wig cap in a dotted line. This is to make sure that you're not using too much product. You're going to spread the glue thinly before letting it dry and then applying the second layer. Now, one of my worst nightmares is my wig sliding backwards, so yes, we will be doing 3 layers. I like to do the 3rd layer in sections just because it just makes it easier just to manage. To lay the wig, you're going to pull it forward, making sure the wig cap isn't showing at all, and press the lace using a comb into the glue. And then you're going to repeat the exact same steps on the side. Just make sure you don't use as much glue as I did. Once I've done the middle and the side, I like to use the hairdryer just to make sure that the glue is clear, dry and secure before moving on to the other side. I really like the Stay Stuck glue because it makes my installs look really good, and I get about 2 days of wear before I need to take it off because of my sensitive skin. But I am still on the lookout for a wig glue that I don't react to at all. If any of you guys have sensitive skin and could recommend one, I would be greatly appreciated. By the way, my sister doesn't have sensitive skin and she has used the glue and didn't react at all, so I think this is just a me problem. One of the melting hacks I found that I've never gone back from is putting a powder puff over your ear so that when you're melting it doesn't hurt. Like, I have never ever laid a wig since finding this out and not done this. Next, we're going to cut out the ear tabs by tracing around the shape of our ear and get any hair out of the way. Then starting from the back, you're going to cut around your ear, but you do want to leave a little bit of lace at the front for your sideburn. Once your ear feels comfortable, you're going to glue down the sideburn and then repeat the same process on the other side for the other ear. Then you're going to check your lace and make sure it's all stuck down the way you want it to. I didn't put enough glue at the front on my forehead, so I'm just adding some just to lay that down. And then adding some more makeup just along the hairline before we do the first melt. When adding the makeup, make sure you use a smaller brush than I did, but it was like 5 in the morning at this point and I just wanted to get this done. Next, we're going to use the melting spray to melt, obviously. I'd put this straight directly onto my hairline. You can put this on your finger or on a brush, whichever you prefer, but I put it straight onto my hairline. Once you've removed the band and checked that your lace is definitely dry, you're going to use a razor to cut your lace off. Make sure that you're pulling your lace upwards while you drag your razor down. It's going to cut in a zigzag line, which helps blend the lace a bit more. So because I spray the melting spray directly onto the hairline instead of using like a brush, I do have to brush the hair, like brush the glue out of the hair. I don't know, I just feel like when I spray it directly on my hairline, it makes me feel like the wig is more secure. I just like to make sure that it's stuck on there. One thing you'll start to notice on my channel is when it comes to my hair, I don't play. When I'm doing my installs, I want it to be perfect. I want you to believe this. I'm a natural blonde, okay? So I'm just going in again with the cream bronzer and the melting spray just to make sure everything is to my liking. I wish I could tell you this was the last melt in the install, but it isn't. So while this is setting, I'm just going to go ahead and straighten my hair again. Just go through with the hot comb and make sure everything is pressed out nice and smooth. I love a side part. I think I wear a side part more than any other hairstyle, to be honest. I just feel like once a side part is done correctly and it just looks so crisp, it's an art form. Like there's no other way to explain it. Some of the side parts that I was doing like before, looking at like my old pictures and videos, I'm thinking, what the hell is that on my head? But now I think I finally got it. I mean, as a perfectionist, I feel like there's always room for improvement, but I feel like I've got it down. Now it's time for the finishing touches, which are the edges. So you're just going to section off a piece of hair and then cut that off and do the same on the other side. Make sure that it is even, you have the same amount of hair on both sides, otherwise it will look crazy. To cut the edges down to size, you're going to use a razor in a diagonal line. And then I like to clean it up a little with some scissors, again in a diagonal line, before using some straighteners to curl them. Then you're just going to swoop your edges down. I prefer to use the bedhead hairspray, but you can use mousse. I just think the hairspray just holds it better. Because it is a side part, I am going to do an edge at the top. I'm going to use some scissors. I should have used a razor, but I used scissors. And just cut in again in a diagonal line before using the bedhead spray again to mold the edge. And once I'm happy with that, we're going to do the last and final melt. And while that's melting, I like to go in again just to make sure there's no hair out of place. Like, look at this, I don't need to say anything else. Like, oh, it just eats. I love me a blonde moment. This is definitely one of my favorite wigs to date. She's just so full, so long. Like, she's so shiny. Like, she's all the things and more. I was just having so much fun brushing this wig. Like, yeah, get it to it. And this is the finished product. I know I've been silent this whole video because of voiceover, but I had to just come on here and say, guys, I'm not wearing any makeup. This lace, like, can we? Yes, I'm so excited to get dressed later. I'm so excited. Like, hello, like, don't get me wrong, like, it did take me ages to achieve the look. But one thing about me, no matter how many mistakes I make during my install, it always comes out tea at the end. Oh guys, it just looks amazing. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, I just have no words. It just came out. It came out better than I thought. It is 7:52. I've not slept. I've just been doing my hair. But we're here. I was gonna do my makeup, but to be honest, my skin looks so good. I look so good. There's not even no need. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did. Ooh. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I really love doing wig installs. And one thing about me, no matter how many mistakes I make, I will always find a way to correct it. This isn't the color that I was going for. I wanted it more platinum, but I'm so happy with the way it came out. It's like it's just the perfect blonde. Ooh. But yeah, guys, like, comment, share. You know, if you wanna learn how to do wigs, follow the tutorial. You know. And if you want to see more wig install videos from me, let me know. Like, come on, guys, engage with me. Like, I need you guys to do something in the comments. Like, if you don't want wig installs, let me know what you want from me. But yeah, I'm just here waffling because I feel too cute with this hair. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Again, hope you liked it, and that's it from me.